Alrighty, I was gonna work on the project a little bit more before now. However, I have gotten the news that the Queen Dolly Parton has died. I've already had a long enough day, and that is just a nail in the coffin, so let's get right into this. As you can see, we still have the splash screen, but as part of this milestone, I have added an actual tutorial level. So outside of the splash screen, we start off once again in one of these break rooms. And once again, I have words in the wall to tell the player what's going on and what to do. So, find and pick up the boxes, find a matching shelf and press E, yada yada. Excuse me. I also decided to change the enemies to a guy named Bobbot. That's Bobbot walking around. I don't know, I just thought that would be funny. But moving on, this is the tutorial area. It is not very big, as the whole point is just for the player to get used to everything. Starting off, you'll see Bobbert walking around, doing his little patrol. And over here, you will see that we have an exit here. It says exit will open once shelves are done. If we go close to it, nothing happens. So, you move on to the next point, being that I finally color-coded the boxes, having the text name change the color of the items on the shelves. So now we have the color of the box boarding. Good God, I apologize. So now we have the color of the text and the color of the items on the shelves. These match now, so now it's easier to see shelves and such that actually have items to stock no matter where you are in the map. Also, I do want to note, you may notice there doesn't seem to be any sound effect. That is a mess up with the sound on my own end, but rest assured sound effects are still there. Anyway, once all the shelves are done, you will see that the exit is now blue. We can walk on through. And we come to here. So this is the main level. As you can see, the main level now has much more to it. There are now 2 enemies. Um, there are now a total of 10 boxes, and there is now a secondary break room over here, so that the player doesn't have to keep running straight over here in the meantime. We have our 2 little bobbles who are walking around doing their thing. All the shelves, once again, all color coded. You notice that a lot of the colors are kind of the same, and that's because it's actually based off a random number generator rather than actual color coding. For now, that is the best way I could set it up and a way to get it working. But other than that, basically everything is the same. Whenever you finish a shelf, that is a visual bug. I'll have to move that text. But yes. So all the boxes all hidden around. They each have what they match written on it. So we got object. We can assume that object is gonna be one of these over here. Thanks to the color coding on the boxes. Looks like the enemy AIs are getting a bit stuck. Again, that's just something I have to work on, but they still run around and hunt down players holding boxes. But yes, I could go through the whole gameplay, but I mean, there really isn't much of a difference from the last milestone outside of the color coding and the fact that it's much, much bigger. Now, something I did not add just yet would be the stamina power-ups that I created. And the reason for that is because I actually want to make an inventory system for them. If you've ever played Baldi's Basics, you might get an idea of how I want to set that up. But for now, there aren't any stamina pickups to be found within maps, as I do want to think about making like a vending machine thing, so that instead of getting speed every time you complete a shelf or get coins, that the player can use at a vending machine within the break rooms. That will be my next steps of upgrading this game, as I do want to keep working on it. But for now, I will be leaving it here as there is no difference to the ending from my other milestone builds. But yes, thank you very much for watching.